One of the interesting things here, the Stonehenge of Florence. This was the main line track, but there was a spur track that came off over here and then went into a large door in that brick complex that allowed rail cars to come into that building for the finished product, the big valves they made there. That door, there would be box cars in there. The building in the foreground there is actually been trimmed back to allow the rail cars to pass by closely and still align everything up to get in that door over there. Track went right by here, where the car is, the dumpster, the other car over there, the tall door that used to be taller than the white garage doors today. It used to be double doors, but that's where the box cars went in. It's the Stonehenge of Florence. Hardly anybody knows that. And this used to be the site of the old passenger railroad station, built as a 70s era project, and it's square to the street, square to the sidewalk. The railroad station, when it was here, was square to the railroad, and it was demoed in the early 60s, and it's how America has changed a little bit, square to the road as opposed to square to the railroad. This whole part over here we just rode to is actually a former railroad yard, 4 tracks wide. And of course we're on the main line track here, and there's an interesting story here about how Calvin Coolidge actually got into politics here. There used to be just one track across the road, and then it widened out and there was a small, as I said, a 4-track yard over there. Where the corrugated steel building is today, the owners of the mill complex over there, Norwood Engineering, they wanted another track in here so they could have a separate track crossing the road here to go into where this corrugated steel building is now. It used to be an open air yard for their inbound material, and they wanted to be able to get that as a rail serve facility. And so what happened was they hired young attorney Calvin Coolidge to negotiate with the city council on behalf of Norwood Engineering Company so that permission could be granted to have another track cross the road. And it was after this that the city council and the mayor liked Calvin Coolidge so much because of his professional demeanor and collaborative way of getting things done, that they hired him as the city solicitor. And it was all because of this grade crossing here. And also over here there was a carriage scale here. You can still see remnants of that would weigh the carriage as it came in empty, get his load of coal, and then weigh it again, pay based on the difference in the weight. All gone, just little glimpses of history here. This street right here is Bardwell Street, and we're in the Florence Village Center area. Just beyond the trees over there, beyond, is the Florence Casket Company. Over to the right, away from us, maybe 100 yards, is Route 9. Looking down the right-of-way of the dead railroad, now a trail, heading towards Look Park. Most Massachusetts cities are made up of different villages, and this is Northampton's Village of Florence. Very hot real estate market here. 100 people showing up at open houses around here. Houses selling in multiple offers. It's that hot a market around here.